From Uganda to New York, the story of Zohran Mamdani, the man who gave America a new face. Just imagine. One day, the person sitting on the mayor's chair of New York City is someone rooted in Indian soil, whose ancestors grew up in Uganda, whose mother is a celebrated filmmaker from both Bollywood and Hollywood, and whose childhood dreams were as ordinary as yours and mine. It sounds like a movie script, doesn't it? But this isn't fiction. It's real. This is the story of Zohran Mamdani, the first Muslim leader of Indian origin to make history by becoming the mayor of the world's most powerful city, New York. New York City, the city that never sleeps, where every street is filled with dreams, where every person is busy proving their worth. And in a city where politics runs on billions of dollars, where walls of race, religion, and identity still stand tall, the rise of a young Indian origin man to the mayor's chair is not just an electoral victory, it's a revolution of thought. Zohran Mamdani's story begins in Uganda, a country that, in the 1970s, expelled thousands of Indian families. His father, Mahmood Mamdani, is a renowned intellectual and professor at Columbia University, known for his deep understanding of African and Asian politics. His mother is Meera Nair, the acclaimed filmmaker who brought global recognition to Indian cinema through films like Salaam Bombay, Monsoon Wedding, and The Namesake. Born into a family that combined intellect and creativity, Zohran inherited both wisdom and artistry. But the path he chose was entirely his own. When he was a child, his family moved from Uganda to New York, the so-called City of Dreams, which in reality can be a tough place for any outsider to begin anew. Growing up, Zohran witnessed discrimination, struggle, and the true meaning of hard work. At school, he was that quiet child who thought deeply before answering questions, always curious, yet always aware of being a little different from the rest. He studied at the Bronx High School of Science, the SAM school that produced several Nobel laureates. Later, he earned a degree in Africana Studies from Bowdoin College. Perhaps it was there that he realized issues like race, inequality, and social justice aren't solved in books, but on the streets. But who could have imagined that this boy, once living in a small rented apartment, would one day become the mayor of New York City? In 2018, Zohran became an American citizen. And just 2 years later, in 2020, he took his first step into politics. He contested the New York State Assembly elections and won. His victory shocked many because he wasn't from a political family, nor did he have a billion-dollar campaign machine. The only thing Zohran had was people's trust. He told voters, "I don't want to make promises, I want to be your voice." That one line set him apart from every other politician. He turned politics from a game of power into a medium of service. In the US, the New York City Mayor Election has always been seen as the heart of American politics. It's not just an election for one city. It often defines the direction of the entire nation's thinking. This time, the atmosphere was different. Everywhere, people were talking about Zohran Mamdani. His clean image, connection with the youth, and courage to speak for the poor made him the people's favorite. But the journey wasn't easy. His opponents repeatedly labeled him an outsider. Even Donald Trump commented, "New York should not be handed over to foreign hands." But those words didn't discourage Zohran, they motivated him. In one of his speeches, he replied, "I am a son of New York. This city belongs to everyone who has worked hard for it, no matter where they came from." On election day, there was an unusual calm across the streets. But as the votes began to be counted, the atmosphere started to shift. And when the final results came in, the world's eyes turned toward New York. Zohran Mamdani had won. His victory wasn't just the triumph of a politician, it was the triumph of an idea. That identity is never a barrier, it's an inspiration. He became the first Indian origin Muslim mayor of New York City. And in that moment, history turned a new page. After his win, the words he spoke from the stage weren't just for Americans. They were for everyone who has ever dared to dream. Today, New York has proven that change is possible. This city belongs to every religion, every class, and every color. We have brought politics back to the people. Those words lit up people's eyes. Because Zohran hadn't just won a seat, he had restored faith in leadership. Now, when it comes to his wealth, the story becomes even more interesting. In an era where most leaders are worth millions, Zohran lives a remarkably simple life. According to Forbes, his estimated net worth is around $2 lakh. He owns about 4 acres of land in Uganda, valued at roughly another $2 lakh. As a New York State Assembly member, his annual income is about $1,42,000. But if you look at his social media posts, you'll realize this man is rich not in money, but in ideas. Zohran often says, "My greatest wealth is the trust of people." That's why he has always stayed away from corporate funding. His campaigns are powered entirely by small donations from ordinary citizens. And that transparency, that honesty, is what makes him truly powerful. His mother, Meera Nair, the renowned Hollywood filmmaker, said after his victory, "Zohran's win feels like the most beautiful climax of a film, but the story has only just begun." And indeed, she was right. Because now, Zohran faces his biggest challenge yet, to transform a complex city like New York. New York's problems are unlike those of any small city. Here, crime, traffic, inflation, homelessness, and racial inequality coexist. But Zohran has made it clear from the start, his leadership will be different. In his first address, he said, "I won't just stay in City Hall. I'll be on the streets. I'll go to neighborhoods where no mayor has ever gone before." His focus will be on affordable housing, better education, and justice-based policing. As he says, a city is truly great only when its poorest citizens can live with dignity. Zohran's political ideology is social democratic. He draws inspiration from leaders like Bernie Sanders and Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. He stands firmly against the unchecked model of capitalism and believes that development isn't about the progress of the rich alone, but the empowerment of every citizen. Zohran's journey also teaches us that identity is never a weakness. It becomes your strength when you embrace it. The Indian community in New York numbers in the hundreds of thousands, yet their political representation was limited until Zohran broke that barrier. His story has now become a source of inspiration for countless young people who dare to dream beyond boundaries. To them, he says, "If you think you're too small, remember, every tall building begins with a single brick." Today, Zohran Mamdani is not just the mayor of New York, he's a symbol of the Indian diaspora's potential, proving that with hard work and integrity, one can shine on any global stage. The world is changing. Politics is no longer just a game of power. People now seek leaders who rise from among them, who understand their struggles, and who don't just make promises but create real change. And perhaps that's why Zohran Mamdani's victory is being hailed as the beginning of a new era in American history.
If our video has taught you something new, do not forget to like and share this video so that this information can reach others as well. Your likes and shares are a source of inspiration for us. If you have any questions or suggestions, please let us know in the comments. It will be our honor to answer your questions and listen to suggestions. And yes, if you like our content, subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon so that you stay connected with every new story. Thank you. GRT Business YouTube channel sources, news from various news agencies, opinion polls and other public sources. We try to ensure that every report and summary is accurate and verified, but we are not responsible for any dispute or error. Our aim is only to provide you with accurate information.